I come here to make two appeals to our congregation. The first one is to call all of us, including those of you, especially those of you who are online, to come back in person to worship. Now, we have been encouraging all our worshipers to come back to worship in person. The majority of you have returned to worship in person, and the COVID-19 pandemic is slowing down in our country. And our country have opened up. We as the leaders of the church are making concerted effort to call our members and worshipers to return to in-person worship beginning, well, it's not like you begin to do it on 1st and 2nd of April, but beginning anytime now, but we are targeting 1st and 2nd as a point in time to ask you from that day onward, please return to worship in church from that day onwards and thereafter. So please treat worship life as when it was during the pre-pandemic days. Our Shekinah Sanctuary renovation is on schedule, and we are targeted to return to worship in the sanctuary, Shekinah Sanctuary, on the 1st and 2nd of April. Now, that will be Palm Sunday weekend. As in the first Palm Sunday, Jesus was welcomed as King riding into Jerusalem. So, let us return to as His people to welcome King Jesus on this significant day. Palm Sunday is planned, or on that particular weekend, we are planning to have an air of festivity with full band and flaggers for the celebration and food and fellowship for reconnecting in the concourse after the Saturday evenings and the Sunday morning services. Did you hear that? Right? Okay. Now, let us take the opportunity to reconnect with friends over celebration and snack, especially for those who have been, using live stream for the past 2-3 years. So let's make that point of turning where we come back fully in person. Now, that doesn't mean we are going to shut off the online services, but please do not take the online service as an excuse not to come in person for worship. That is meant for our members and worshipers who are unable to attend in person. In other words, it's meant for the homebound. We continue to let it carry on for the sake especially of those who are homebound. It is also meant for members who have happened to be outstationed that weekend or longer, who want to follow the CGMC worship services. As we have always said, if you follow, please follow in real time. 8 p.m. Saturday night, Malaysian time. It is also meant for its review for the sermon discussion in a cell group. So it's left for you to review and to prepare yourself for that sermon discussion. With the recovery from the pandemic, online services should not be a replacement for in-person worship for those who are able to come to church. So please take note of that. Let's take this in concert, and then we all return in person also in concert. Now, I welcome you all back to a newly renovated Shekinah Sanctuary. There will be a number of changes. Cooler aircon, brighter lights, new sound console box, new musician space, and new RAM access, and grab bars for those less mobile, etc., etc. You come and find out for yourself all the changes that would have taken place. So come back to see the renovated Shekinah Sanctuary for yourself on the 1st and 2nd April. Please help to call one another to come back in person to the Shekinah Sanctuary. I will be posting on Monday onwards a slide for you so that you can forward it to your cell group members and those you know who have gone off from a church for a while to call them back. All right? We are also making a concerted effort to call everyone who have been not returning to church.